last night your campaign went to sleep with a healthy lead ahead of Victorino. How did you feel waking up this morning?
You know, I had a few hours of sleep, but what was really nice is the mayor came by about 10:30. He came by our event, and he and Mrs. Victorino and shared a nice moment. So that felt very good. And of course, we had just some cleanup and things to do after that. But it was nice to have spoken with him.
I see one of the first things that you did is you're out here on the road saying thank you to all of the people who have supported you.
Yes.
What do you plan to do in the coming days?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to all our supporters. My wife and I are out here this morning, but we have a larger mahalo sign waving planned at the Kahului Shopping Center this afternoon. A lot of people work in the morning, so we asked them to come in the afternoon. And so I don't think we can say thank you enough, not only to our supporters, but to the people who have voted for us, or even those who haven't voted for us. What our plans are is to develop those accessory dwelling units. Of course, continue with the plans that are in the pipeline that are out there. We're being approached by different people who have plans to try to help Maui. So exploring some of those. But my first priority is to put a solid group of a team together. So not necessarily just directors and deputies, but even those that make up the mayor's office, those that support staff and etc., those that help the mayor's agenda.
Throughout your campaign, you had talked about Kama'aina prosperity and running on that platform.
Yes.
What specifically do you plan to do in the coming weeks or months to fulfill that commitment?
Great question. Well, what I plan to do, what I said I would do, is in the first 180 days of our campaign, of our administration, to have 100 accessory dwelling unit permits approved. So that's going to take working with different departments who are involved in the permitting process, but trying to have them pre-approve certain plans so that if someone chooses those plans, we can, I guess the word is fast track, is that the word's been used. So we're going to focus on that. I think developing water sources is very important. I feel like we should have water in places where it's drought prone and places that are heavily populated. Right now, the people are in one place and the water is in another place. And so we have this model that we transport the water. But let's see if there's water in those locations already. And I think we haven't done that because we've just relied on our system that we have. And I think we all know now it's time for us to plan a little bit more for the future. So I want us to try to be more proactive instead of reactive.
On that note, there's a bunch of charter amendments that were brought up this election season, including one on water out in East Maui specifically. What are your thoughts on the way people voted?
Well, I think people felt, as I did, that the county should control the water. Now, I don't know if that makes us qualified to manage the water. So managing, I mean the repair, the transmission, and just the overall day-to-day. I think controlling the water, everybody can understand. We decide the allocation. We decide who gets it when they get it, right? And so I'm in favor of us controlling the water, but managing, I'd like to see what that involves. I also think we have a lot of, we will have issues of cost. I've heard different theories about how we can, control or manage those costs, whether it's through grants, whether it's through charging user fees and et cetera. So I want to look at that first to decide if this is a good cost-effective method as well. But I think, yes, managing our water, controlling our water, I think is a priority.
Great. I'm going to let you get back to sign waving.
Thank you.
I know there's a lot of people you want to thank. And congratulations on
Thank you.
the road ahead.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Aloha.